Hi everybody, Zach here for another episode of our flagship program, The Spideydude Experience. This episode is brought to you by our loyal patrons over at patreon.com/SpideyDude Network. Pledge today and get both early access to content on the main channel, as well as entirely exclusive content like brand new shows and commentaries for old Spidey stuff, including commentaries for the MTV series, for example, as well as the video editions for Voices from the Area Gargoyles podcast. And our Patreon first show focused on the Krakoan era of X-Men. We also want to encourage you to check out our other programs that are all available on Audio Edition. These are all over on Spideydude.com, and they're available on your favorite podcasting app. Shows like Clone Saga Chronicles, the show that started this entire network, Spectacular Radio, Spectacular Sal Buscema era podcast, Amazing Spider-Man Classics, the Slot Symposium, and the sister program on this channel, Make Mine Mayday. As always, be sure to hit the like button. It really does help us big time in the algorithm. And additionally, if you have topics you'd like to cover on a live show or in a recorded medium, make sure to leave a comment down below the description or shoot us an email at SpideyDudeRadioNetwork@gmail.com. Finally, make sure to join our community. Be alerted to all new updates by hitting that subscribe button and clicking on the bell. But to be clear, your viewership is more than enough for us. And if you want to hang out with us off YouTube, you can always go to our Discord, where we have all sorts of fun stuff, or you can join us on our social medias and follow us there. All the links are down in the description below. As always, we want to be making some references to visual aids and or live comments. If you're an audio listener, pay that no mind, but leave that 5-star review for us. Any and all feedback we will read on future episodes. Thank you, and without further ado, let's get rolling with this episode of the Spideydude Experience. Oh my God, it actually worked.
It happened. It finished the entire way through. It's kind of a shock.
Shocking. All right. Welcome to the Spideydude Experience. Rec rappers rejoice. Rapists?
Rec Rapists. Yeah.
Yeah. Rec Rapists rejoice.
Which one sounds edgier?
They both do. We are going to be talking about two issues tonight, ASM 51 and 52. So we're going to be getting to that in a little bit. But first, we're going to do some news because there's been some breaking news. I need to get
Ditko news.
No, that's the wrong show. So first things first. Which I think we should do the Wells ones last. I think we'll build up to Wells.
We'll transition through the news into the reviews. So we'll do that.
So there was first up. There was a. We'll do the live stream first, and I'll just throw up the figures on. I've already got them kind of already set up. So, and I'll delete the overlays as we go. So there was a live stream announcing new Marvel Legends. This happened on the Monday before we recorded this episode, and they do these about once a month, where they do these live streams on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel. And so this time it was Dwight and Dan. Dan wasn't there, and so it was just the duo of them doing some reveals. Now, this year they did the Marvel 85th anniversary line that they started, and there was going to be 10 packages that were going to be a part of that quote unquote initiative / wave. We've had one that's been leaked for a long time. We were kind of curious as to what it would look like, and it was Odin. Odin is completely new sculpt, comes with a ton of accessories. He's oversized, and he has a cloth accessory. His cape is actually a cloth cape. Looks really good. I'm only throwing up one or two of these images for each one. And so this was the first one they announced. He's got multiple headdresses. He's got multiple accessories. Pre-orders will be coming very soon. Then they announced, I think, probably one of the best looking deluxe figures in terms of just visually. So it's the Phoenix. This is using the new pinless body, the articulation scheme from it started with Black Widow, and they had it debuted with the recent 3-pack of the Shield trio with Sharon Carter.
So Zach, real quick, I gotta ask you, do you prefer for Jean on the Phoenix costume the green from the classic Phoenix saga or the red from Phoenix End Song?
I think the classic's probably my favorite. But this looks really good because not necessarily just because of the figure, but because of the base that it comes with. Comes with this articulated base, so you can have her in the Phoenix pose just like this.
Burb.
Yeah, it looks really good. And they're all separate pieces, so you can use those for your other stuff. I'm gonna save the Spidey related one probably for last. Then they had this Walmart exclusive Professor X that we were debating on who it was, the name earlier before the episode. So
I'm pretty certain it's War Scroll.
Yeah. So this one is going to be Walmart exclusive, but that completes essentially the entirety of that iconic Uncanny X-Men 275 cover. So pretty much everybody that's on that cover has been essentially released now with all the Kirby-esque team people. They also announced a Rogue and
why does she look so old?
Yeah, she does look old. This is like classic Rogue from her first appearance, and Destiny is going to be along with it. This is going to be Amazon exclusive. So,
is this the Destiny that's come back after Inferno, or is this the Destiny from before she died in?
Yes, before she died.
Oh, okay.
And we got Adam joining us live. Hello, Adam. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
So yeah, that was the Amazon exclusive 2-pack. Pre-orders have not been put up yet. So then, other than the one other reveal that we'll get to at the very end of this, they did announce a new Strange Tales wave. Now this is a interesting wave because it's more supernatural focused. So first up was Brother Voodoo. This is going to be a little bit of reuse, but also mostly new sculpts. It's going to use the Vulcan body and stuff. So all pinless joints, better art deco, better all overall technology. So the fun fact, the Eye of Agamotto is removable, so you can make him either Dr. Voodoo or Brother Voodoo, one or the other. So, in fact, the funny thing about that was that one of the guys didn't know that was a feature until Dwight pointed it out and pulled it out. And he's like, I just learned this the first time with the rest of you guys. They also announced a Dracula, which is the first time we've seen this version of Dracula ever sculpted, coming with the fangy head sculpt. They got Helverine. So Wolverine with his
nice null remodel reuse, huh?
Yeah, that's what he looked like out of package. Then they got Storm, Vampire Storm.
Oh, is this Bloodstorm from X-Men Blue? Or
yes, Bloodstorm from X-Men Blue. Then kind of a surprising one, Damien Hellstorm. Only surprising because a lot of people never thought that those figures from the Engine of Vengeance would ever be used. But here we are. So Damien finally getting used. So this is as I wrote to Kevin, my good buddy. It's the apology for that not funding. From
the hit Voodoo series.
Well done.
Oh no, Hulu, but I think Voodoo's funny.
Voodoo is even funnier. Then we've got Lilith. This is brand new sculpt, and first time she's ever been a Marvel Legend ever. So even going back to the Toy Biz days. And then we got a new Moon Knight, which completes the West Coast Avengers. So if you got that West Coast Avengers 4-pack, 5-pack, and that Hawkeye from last year, then you can complete your West Coast Avengers. The Build-A-Figure is interesting because it is Blackheart. Unique because he's going to have a bendy wire tail and completely the head. They said the head sculpt, the hair on the head sculpt is like 3 separate pieces together to give it more of a depth instead of it just being a giant glob of plastic. And to put him next to a 6-inch scale figure just for scaling purposes, they put it next to Daredevil, which was actually the comic that he debuted. So the pre-orders will be going up on the 20th of June as of this recording at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that will be fan channel. I think it's fan channel exclusive. The thing I wanted to note about this though is with the 85th anniversary, they started going to this more boxier style of packaging. And we kind of thought that Build-A-Figures were going away, or they would just use the old packaging before that they've essentially used since like 2012. And it looks like this is going to be the new style of packaging with Build-A-Figures going forward. So the Marvel Knights wave, I think, is the last to use the old style packaging, but now the new style packaging is here a little bit bigger. Also noted that
I just wanted to point out, Vigman's in the chat saying that Bloodstorm's from Mutant X. You're probably correct about that. I just remember her from X-Men Blue. So
yeah. So so that was the big wave that was announced, which was kind of a bit of a surprise. I hadn't seen anybody talk about it yet, even in the leaks. So that was kind of all new. But the big one for Spidey fans should be the re-release, sort of the Venom Let There Be Carnage Venom. Now, this is using the body from the first Venom movie, but updated paints on the body, making it more movie accurate. And then they include the bendy wire tentacle heads. This is going to be a Target exclusive. So for those of you that hate Target exclusives, I'm sorry in advance.
F in the chat.
F in the chat. So that is the Marvel Legends.
Jess is in the chat saying he should have had the Marvel vs. Capcom coloring. Funny you should say that, Jess, because that transitions us to our next topic, that Capcom is releasing the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
Yes, on PS4, PS5, Switch, and Steam. So if you're a PC gamer, but not, notably,
Xbox.
Not Xbox.
Because Marvel hates you, Xbox fans, and so do Halo fans.
Yeah.
So included in the game will be, or included in the collection will be X-Men Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom 1, Marvel versus Capcom 2, and The Punisher. And attached to this, Capcom has released remastered character art for the entire Marvel vs. Capcom 2 roster. So you've got your peak War Machine. I don't know how to go back to the list. You got peak Iron Man. Look at that Spider-Man art. Jesus Christ. That looks awesome.
Injected into my veins, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah, look at that Cyclops.
Cyclops. We're not going to show the fan art of him and Ryu making out.
I'm gonna now that you've said, I'm gonna pull it up now.
Gary in the Frozen was like, "Do the wells first."
No, we're doing this artistically. Let's see. All right, I found it. Yeah, there we go.
So stupid. Yeah, the Bloodstorm. If you're Claremont Byrne X-Men era Legends, you can definitely
Oh, Escanor says that the announcement has reignited everyone shipping Spidey with Morgan. I sure hope MJ doesn't mind he comes home late tonight.
Mm.
And Jess asks you how long we've been waiting for the Marvel HD assets from Marvel vs. Capcom. For a while now, I think. The only thing I think we had was like the original scans for the original Marvel vs. Capcom 2 release. So to have them re-release, I think natively remastered is kind of insane.
Yeah, I'm in for it. I'll be picking it up as soon as.
Yeah, this might be a day one purchase for me. Look at that box art. Oh yeah, this is okay. They're definitely. Hang on, I'm pulling up a full render of it. Yeah, they're definitely leaning into the Spidey Morgan bit with the box art for this one.
Of course.
Oh, there we go. And then you've got Cyclops and Ryu doing the you son
making
of a bitch
out
thing. Doing the son of a bitch thing from Predator.
Ooh, could we do a Spideydude Marvel versus Capcom tourney?
Ooh.
Listen, if I get since it's on PS4, I can get it, so I can actually play and participate.
Yeah,
and I'm chat, is it crossplay compatible?
I don't know. That's a big question. Because if it is, Yeah, baby.
Big deal.
Oh yeah! All right.
Ryan's in the chat saying it's got his interest, but don't know if Tyler would want to play it. Honestly, dude, just get it anyways.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, damn, it's a huge collection.
By the way, I have my FUT mobile.
Oh, you could have just let people find out for themselves.
Oh well, the thing is it turns colors the more I drink, so it's not as pink as it was.
Would have been funny if you froze and then you're drinking out of the cup.
Yeah,
so
pointing at the cup.
That's how people would know.
So Arcade Classics does have online play, but no crossplay between platforms. So
that's okay.
We'll
figure out Don't you have a PS4?
No, I have a Xbox.
Oh, yeah, you don't get it.
Yeah, I know.
Because you got Xbox.
Oh wait, maybe that's just for the Punisher. Hang on. Oh, that's kind of insane.
Yeah, so obviously the big news while he's figuring that out.
Nah, there's no crossplay, I found out. So anyways, let's move on. Big story. Breaking
news. Pull up the old Spideydude.com. You could find it over there, the press release. Breaking news. Zeb Wells final arc gonna start this September. The final showdown with Tombstone begins in ASM. Number 58, Volume 6. Tombstone's Revenge, spanning multiple issues. Spidey's most brutal battle begins in Amazing Spider-Man 58.
I'm not going to make a joke about when
the date is the date. Just so everybody knows, it comes out on September 11th.
I'm sorry.
You're a morbid bastard.
Listen, irony poisoning has gotten into my bloodstream. Yeah, Marcy's in the chat. Blood thinks Tombstone can beat Spidey.
Bruh. No, bruh.
He's finally going to kill Paul. I don't know what they're going to do with Paul. That one, I'm going to save that image of John Romita Jr., of Paul, drawn by John Romita Jr. on my phone. And that way, when someone annoys me, I can just jump scare them with that image and then win the argument by making them mad.
I mean, it looks like he's supposed to be clutching something.
I swear, I look at that, I glance at that, and I keep thinking he's
I just got the worst news of my life.
It looks like he's got a phone in his hand.
Norman hit the Pentagon.
Oh my
God! No! Bad boy! Bad boy! You sit in timeout. You even got Waylon freaking out. Well, it's because I'm yelling. But all right, back to Neil. Hi, Neil. Welcome back.
I actually think there was supposed to be a phone drawn there.
I'm wondering if the final image has something a little different. Is what I'm
A lock of Kamala's mask and a lock of MJ's hair. God.
Listen, I am never going to forget
Kevin
the cheese. That's you. No one can ever forget Kevin the cheese. So,
I do hope Paul just gets forgotten. We don't really need some.
It would be hilarious.
He's already been forgotten, basically.
He's been relegated to the Jackpot Mini.
Oh.
It'll be really funny if he puts on the Omnitrix and just rolls 3 skulls and explodes.
Tri-Skull predicting the death of Paul.
Ding, ding, ding.
Dun 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 dun. Wait, that's the
it's Imperial March. I don't know what the.
But I mean, corporate synergy.
That covers Spidey getting ready to wring Paul's neck.
Jeez.
Okay, can I be honest? Can I be honest with you guys? Paul, the hatred for Paul relative to how much he actually contributes to the plot is kind of insane. Like he's just
dude has not appeared since the Aunt Anna issue.
You're right.
And before that, he hadn't appeared since the whole Kamal, you know,
since Kamala died,
non-death. So, look, I'm at the point now.
The most culturally insensitive death ever.
Yeah. It's now become. It's exactly right, Professor.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know.
I don't think it's a meme because there's people
half of it is, but there are people that are just having conniption fits over just the fact that they're broken up. You know,
and this kind of rolls into Ultimate. I'm not going to talk about Ultimate tonight, but it's sort of a Pavlovian response, or is it Pavlovian?
Yeah, Pavlovian is fine.
It's Pavlovian response to like, oh, we've been beaten and abused so much that we'll take whatever we can get.
Well, yeah.
Here's what I want for the new writer. I want the new writer to have a respect for the history. I want a new writer that's new. That's not somebody that has been working on Spider-Man for any period of time. We desperately need a fresh start, a fresh set of eyes on the character. I don't want it to be Dan Slott. I don't want it to be...
It can't be Dan. I mean, come on.
Dan has said he doesn't want it, so...
Well, yeah, he can't... He was saying that, like, he finds relief in the schedule of the books that he has. He's talked about how the schedule for ASM is too much.
I love friend of the show. I love friend of the show James DeMatteis, but I do want fresh blood on the book. Some people have speculated that it's going to be Pat Gleason and Donnie Cates, which I'd be fine with.
Yeah,
but
again, Gleason's had some writing opportunities.
But I don't count Webheads 3.0 as the
He had a couple issues and beyond that were good, and he had
I mean he would be fairly fresh. I mean Donnie would be fairly fresh. I mean Donnie Cates coming off of Venom, makes me kind of interested.
Real quick, Jess is putting a few suggestions in the chat. Cody Ziegler, the guy who's writing Miles, that would be good.
Of the current crop.
Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
I'm assuming by the Captain Marvel writer, Jess is saying Kelly Thompson.
I don't know, man.
Okay, here's the thing. Her Captain Marvel was good, and her Black Widow won an Eisner for a reason, but I wasn't blown away by her.
I'll be very interested to see a Kelly Thompson that's not burdened with having to write part 16 of 19.
And he also nominated Rainbow Rowell, who just finished her She-Hulk run.
Yeah.
Gary Cates is writing, I think. He said he has something in the pipeline.
So prediction time.
My money is on either Cates and Gleason, which is one of the things I've heard floating about, or it's the Hive Mind, which is Jackson, Lansing, and Kelly. Jesus,
Dapper Dan. Don't do it, Dapper Dan.
Don't jinx it.
God, no, please, for the love of God, not Joe Kelly.
Damn. Okay. It's Wells in a wig and a mustache.
he's got the Groucho Marx like glasses with the nose and the mustache.
Yeah, Radiac says that McKay and Gleason. Here's the thing: McKay's busy. He's busy doing one of the flagship X-Men titles and Avengers.
Yeah,
he's still wrapping up his Doctor Strange run, and he's still doing Avengers of the Moon Knight.
He's not.
He's also said he doesn't want it. So, like, why would we?
You shut your mouth, Justin.
It's not Quesada. Yeah, but Dan, I think that backup was a tease for Doctor Strange as a book, not necessarily Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
because that was a Doctor Strange focused story. I would say Al Ewing would do an interesting Immortal Spider-Man book, but I don't think it would be a good Amazing Spider-Man writer because Al Ewing is a very meta writer, and the problem with Spencer's run is that it got too meta for its own good.
Yeah.
And I think when
but the problem with Spencer is also was the strength of Spencer. It was okay. We're having to try to get him back to basics, and we're trying to repair some of the too far gone stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't spend enough time, and then its mystery went on entirely too long.
Yeah. Okay,
And
so one of my oddball picks, Jerry Dugan. He's fresh off of writing X-Men, and his Iron Man run's about to end. And he's very much like Slott in that he's a company man. So there's a very good chance that since he doesn't really have any books going on right now, there's a decent chance that that Dugan has a shot just by default of not having any projects.
Yeah.
Jess is right that he was burned with mending bridges. It's one of those things where like the bridge building was good, but it came at the expense of the plot.
Yeah.
And Jess is also right that he doesn't want a company man. This is mostly me being a practical. This is my producer brain thinking in terms of like, oh, we just want someone who will toe the company line and doesn't have like a lot of experience writing the character.
And I agree. Gary Dugan would be a good pick. Safe, reliable, similar tonally to in a lot of his work. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be Dugan. My money is still on Cates and Gleason because that's the buzz I've heard around the con circuit. But I think we'll see at San Diego
maybe
what the run's going to be.
I'm going to
the solicits will come out a week before the con, and they'll just basically talk about that.
Oh, Greg Land. Yeah, they got him to do the symbiote Spider-Man, the Venom War Spider-Man tie-in. That made me so mad. I can't tell you how mad that made me. When I was in the car and I read it and I was like, shit. Anyways.
So Dapper Dan, I know you and I are going to disagree on that. I'm the opposite, but oh man, damn, we got a lot of comments coming in.
So real quick, let's address this. We don't know if Nick Lowe is leaving. I've heard rumors that Nick Lowe is leaving in November. Those are unsubstantiated as of now. And please don't ask
if there's going to be an announcement, I think it'll be either San Diego or New York.
The only evidence is like he did like his walk through his time on the title. That's all we have.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want this question being asked every 10 minutes in the comment section.
So
this is me enforcing early chat rules. Don't keep asking us if Nick Lowe is leaving because we don't know and we're not going to speculate. Damn, Tevye broke that rule like 2 seconds in. Holy shit.
Well, but there's a 30 second. Hang on, there's a 30-second delay.
I know. So I'm just.
that was unintentionally funny. Here's my thing. He asked it. Tevye did ask it. What about Tom DeFalco? I would love Tom DeFalco, but again, it's the same thing with JMD. Like, I want somebody with fresh eyes. So,
okay. Yeah, the low rumors came from a lack of his name being on stuff. Gary, I don't know if I want JR and McGinnis back on. I love them both. Here's the thing.
I would say I'm ready to move on from Romita Jr. Like I like his stuff, but I think he should do covers, honestly.
Look, Dapper Dan does bring up a good point too about Nick Lowe.
Single issue runs,
I think I should write
issue release month.
I think I should write the book. I could do it.
Lowe's tenure has been a financial success. He doesn't see why Lowe would be leaving other than his own desire to
It is. That is the thing. It is job security.
I think, and don't quote me on this. I think if he's leaving, it's because they're shuffling the decks at Marvel Editorial.
Sure.
Yeah, Jordan White is going to do Venom and Hulk. Brave Ward's over at X-Men. Will Moss has been kind of securing himself as the Avengers editor.
And I kind of get the feeling Ellie Pyle is being kind of groomed to be put in place as the Spider-Man.
The ghost of Tom Lyle. I mean,
damn.
To be fair, I know Jess has a personal relationship with Tom Lyle, so
damn, Jess.
Yeah, Gary can write the book. Sure, let's make it a rotating anthology title.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, Daniel Warren Johnson would be peak. I would love to see Spider-Man doing a Yakuza kick against the Green Goblin. That would be awesome.
I don't know though if he would play well with editorial.
Well, look, we know here's something we do know. They're so damn close to 1,000. It's going to be a twice a month book.
No, Tevye, no, not Mark Millar.
No,
I don't want Spider-Man. I don't want Spider-Man beating Gwen's ghost.
He's doing his indie stuff, his creator-owned stuff, and
he's making too much
for that.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's making entirely too much money doing that.
He's making too much money.
He doesn't need the big two.
Okay. People are tossing in Joshua Williamson because he's leaving Batman and Robin and Green Arrow.
Yeah.
But he cited
burnout. But then he would be,
for those titles.
He'd be burning himself out on Spider-Man twice.
He'd be setting himself on fire if he got on Spider-Man. Metaphorically speaking, YouTube censors.
Kirkman. No, Kirkman's busy making shitloads.
Kirkman also has. All of his money. Like he doesn't need more.
Well, yeah, but Tevye still writing Superman doesn't exclude him from writing Spider-Man. I mean,
as long as he's not he's not an exclusive, like damn.
Yeah, it depends on his DC contract.
Mark Waid hasn't had a proper run aside from Brand New. That's the problem. That like he's having too much fun overdoing World's Finest and whatever new event they're doing.
My issue with Mark Waid is I just don't think he's everything that he's written, in my opinion, other than maybe the Unscheduled Stop story, was not good. I didn't like the Black Cat two-parter.
Bendis comes from the ether.
The curse of Bendis.
And it's Brian Michael Bendis with a steel chair.
My God.
No, you don't.
The freaking glass shatters instead of Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's a bald, middle-aged white man that's not got a goatee named Brian Michael Bendis.
No, Tevye, you say that you want Bendis on ASM. No, you don't. You're playing with fire there, and I'm going to call you on it. Bendis would be the most decompressed storytelling you've ever heard of. You thought Wells was bad. You ain't seen shit.
No. Look, Avi, brought up Greg. I don't know.
Howard Mackey redemption.
First of all, I want to say this about Howard Mackey. Get well soon. He recently had a big medical scare at a con recently. He is on the mend. He had to go to the hospital and spent several days in the hospital. Had to have surgery and stuff. So get well soon, Howard Mackey.
I'm gonna create a Google Doc of our creative teams, like the ones that have like have like legitimate.
Yeah, we'll revisit this. Obviously,
have a legitimate claim to the throne.
Let's throw in everybody that's been suggested. Give your suggestions. Dapper Dan, give me your suggestions. I know you're probably going to talk about this, obviously, on your show too. Amazing Spider Talk, available on your favorite podcasting app and on YouTube. The clips are up on YouTube. So, got it.
Peter
listen,
David,
if you got a podcast, I'm going to pimp it.
Peter David is in a weird spot. Isn't he in the hospital right now?
I think he's been on dialysis.
Yeah.
I don't think he's in the hospital.
Okay.
I think he even if he was like in an extended stay hospital situation, if he's got a laptop, you would assume that he would be able to write that way.
Okay, I guess Ziegler.
Yeah, Ziegler.
Do we want to put Raoul on there?
Yeah, put everybody that's
been all right. Chat. Dump your things in here. Mackey Redemption Arc.
Dan Slott. Gary and the Frozen Things is Dan Slott.
Let's see. Dan Slott.
Al Ewing. Wiseman.
I'd put Dan Slott at like 100-1 odds.
Hang on, I'm gonna put
in the negative.
Dan Slott with a trench coat and fedora.
What? No.
He's got the he's got the Ninja Turtles design, the disguise.
Oh my. We got Groucho Marx and Ninja Turtles. Okay, all right. Everyone has one American dream of this person to write it, which is Joe Quesada. Damn it. Damn it, Walter.
Bendis 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, what? You know what? Remember when Hickman was writing Ultimates and then went to do Avengers? Would it be really funny if he went to do
Hickman? Yeah, put Hickman on there. Tom Taylor, maybe? Tom Taylor?
He's busy at DC. I don't think he's...
I think Flicker Bucket was making a CM Punk joke, but
I feel like this is becoming less
CM
of
Punk could write it. He wrote some comics.
I feel like this is less of a who can realistically do this and more just our wish list for who can do it.
Did you put John? Yeah, you already put Warren Johnson. Ghost of Tom Lyle. Put that in there. Joshua Williamson.
Yeah, okay. Oh, John Semper. That's...
He finally gets credit for the Spider-Verse. There's a cage match between him and Dan Slott to determine who's the real creator of the Spider-Verse.
Yo, I'd watch that like pay-per-view. Holy shit.
Oh man. So, but yeah, Christos Gage.
Yeah. Nah, he has a lot of Spidey experience, so that probably actually
Peter J. So no Peter J. Tomasi.
If he's right there.
Oh,
I forgot to put a J. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was reading the chat. I wasn't reading the screen.
No. That's what I'm saying. Sword Art Online guy. Once you die in the game, you die in real life.
Okay, bro. Fucking shit over.
Ricky Kawahara. Oh, Tom King CIA guy. Oh shit. Yeah, I would love to see Spider-Man like do something terroristic and do a war crime.
Oh, Professor. Put Professor's name on there.
Yep. Akira Yoshida.
You know what? Just for the hell
that wins. Holy shit!
I had to throw old Steve in there for that one. Scott Liddell. All right. So, all right. I think
Tom King writes Spidey team up with his maybe sister to waterboard terrorists.
Jeez.
Didn't he do that to Sandman kind of in Ends of the Earth?
That got
talk about that.
That got really dark very fast. And that's the second most dark thing that we've had on this episode, thanks to Neil making a 9/11 joke.
Okay, to be fair, hang on. Here's the thing, is that you can't write stuff like that. That's the only things that can happen and be funny when the stars.
That is the Parker luck, because it's the definition of irony, okay?
Got a big list.
We got a large list. So, all right. So that's
Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat.
Yeah, thank you for the thoughts. Neil Gaiman. I hadn't thought of that. I don't know if he could.
He's busy in his weird English like cottage thing doing. Sandman.
Yeah, maybe Joe. I don't know. It'll be again. We'll by almost this time next month, we'll know. I really think San Diego Comic-Con is going to be where they announce it. That's where they announce.
Well, they'll probably, if they announce it, they'll say it'll be released. They'll announce the week before with the solicits.
Here's what you do. You put because they've done this before.
Right, redacted.
You put redacted on it, and just put Amazing Spider-Man. Don't even put a number on it. Redacted, and then San Diego Comic-Con is when you reveal it.
But they never really reveal anything cool at Comic-Con. It's just a glorified solicits panel.
Now we just do it at South by
I mean, the last
Southwest
time,
now.
honestly, the last time they did it was when they announced Dan Slott. They basically
Miles.
Yeah, but the Miles thing was the Dan Slott was a bigger deal because the same time they did Miles is when they did the New 52, and all the sales have been. Marvel was so completely caught flat-footed. So
okay, so Gary asks, "Who do you want, Zach? Like, if you had to pick your name from a hat, who would it be?"
Ideally, one of the three, Donny Cates, I think would do a great job. I think Ziegler has proven that he's got Peter's voice down. Every time he's written Peter, he's done Peter well. But you're sacrificing him on Miles to bring him onto ASM.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one, I mean, would be of our list. I'd like to see Hickman on ASM. I've enjoyed everything he's done on. But the thing about him on ASM is it's going to be a very short time. Whoever's doing ASM, I'm expecting them to do a 40-something issue run. If it's issue 60, it's going to be 954. It's going to be the last issue that Wells does, legacy numbering. And then this is all building towards 1,000.
Adam, Gary's asking who you would like, because he's, I guess, going through the whole horn.
I'd probably go with Gleason.
Yeah.
Give him a shot.
Tevia, how short will Hickman stay on Spider-Man? I'm giving him 24 issues because he's got 2 years until the Maker comes swinging his giant head outside of the dome. I was going to say something looter, but I decided I've already reached my Crash joke quota for the night. So
yeah. Flicker Bucket, God bless you. You liked Brand New Day. God bless you, buddy.
Without mentioning war crimes, who do I want?
Jesus. He's not wrong. Jesse is not, in fact, wrong. Don't mention any war crimes.
Okay, so in an ideal world, I would
give me heartburn.
I would kill to see Daniel Warren Johnson on the Spider-Man run. That's not happening though, because he's happy over doing his stuff for Skybound. So my realistic pick is probably going to be Cates and Gleason, because I kind of count them as a pair. I guess is my backup, like a realistic one. The Ghost of Tom Lyle. I'm kidding. I think my bet is either Dugan or Wiseman, because Wiseman I think is kind of being groomed to or either jockeying for or being groomed for the ASM spot.
Hopefully he doesn't get too busy on other projects.
Yeah. But my guess is it's probably going to be Dugan or Cates and Gleason. Or
I mean, I would I'll amend mine. I would love Wiseman to take over the book. I think he would do great. I just don't know if it's realistic.
So Tevia, how long would you mean on Amazing Spider-Man? I'd say maybe like 3 or 4 trades.
He's not going to do the artwork. He's busy on X-Men.
And I think Stegman's, I don't want to say tired of doing Spider-Man, but he kind of rides trains for a long period of time. Like he rode the Spider-Man train for a while, then he rode Venom for a while, and then now he's probably going to be on X-Men for a while in some capacity. Yeah. So I guess the big question is who we want on art. Because I mean, I kind of put in Pat Gleason because he is.
I'm fine with McGinnis. I'm fine with McGinnis staying. If Romita Jr. wants to stay, I'm fine with Romita Jr. I think this has been his best work since he left. But I would like to see some younger generation of artists too. Like I love Mark Bagley. I love John Romita Jr. but
we just want to see some
new
people on there.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed having what's his name? Otley on. That was a fresh take. Like, if there's an indie artist that wants to be in part of the artist rotation, because we know it's going to be a rotation of artists, it's not going to be one artist. Nobody has the Kirby-esque ability to do 5 books, 6 books a month. They're just not.
So one of my kind of offhand picks is Vincenzo Curatu, or however you pronounce it. He did the Black Cat story for, was it Venomverse, the one where Carnage is killing all of them.
Yeah.
And I think he also did the MJ Black Cat book. He's kind of like a Diet Pepe Larraz.
Yeah. 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 And look, if McKay was available and I felt he was realistic and he didn't have everything going on
and he actually wanted it, yes, that's the guy I really want. But like, I don't think it's realistic. So, and my bad, Jetpunk was like, can't stop showing off Marvel Legends figures. I was trying to delete the overlays. So that was Jorge Jimenez is just, he's stuck at DC now. They're never going to let him go. Same with Dan Mora. I would love to see Dan Mora on
Dan Mora on Spider-Man. There you go.
Because he can actually keep up with the deadlines. Because he did World's Finest and Shazam at the same time. So we know he can keep with the bi-weekly deadline. But he loves DC. The only other thing he's done is Power Rangers.
Yeah, but look, if you offer a guy like that, though, ASM, I mean, ASM is one of those, like, there's certain books that there's probably 5 books that, between the big 2 that everybody wants to do. They want to do action. They want to do detective. They want to do Spider-Man. They want to do Fantastic Four and maybe Avengers. Now,
on the crawl space, Chi-Town was repping Carlos Gomez. One, I think it's just because he wants to see Carlos draw MJ some more, which, you know what, fair. That's fair. But also, I think that's unrealistic because Gomez, I don't think, can keep up with the deadline. Like, he had trouble. If Gomez is
a part of the regular rotation, a guy that we'll talk about here in a little bit, I would love to see part of the regular rotation. Todd Knock.
Yeah.
He's never gotten a run on Amazing Spider-Man. He's had runs on satellite books.
He did Sensational. I think he did Peter Parker. Wait, he did do Peter Parker, right?
No, he filled in on Sensational a few times, and then he did Friendly Neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
he also did Real Clone Saga, but that doesn't count because it's an Elseworlds.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, he did mini. So he's done miniseries. He did the Gwen Stacy weird miniseries that came out during the pandemic.
He did the Spider-Man Silk Spider-Fly effect for
so he's been around the Spider office, and if you're going to get a
this is the most obvious. We need someone who can write a good Spider-Man. And Water's Wet. Wow.
Yeah, it's, I mean, well, yeah, I mean they Jesse makes a comment. Zach, the big 2 barely pay people enough to actually make the jump unless you love comic. Yeah, but if you're building a resume as a comic artist or something like that, if you have Amazing Spider-Man or action or detective on there, that's going to stand out. Those are the most famous comics in the world.
You know what?
Everybody knows what those comic books mean.
I just thought of something. Lee Garbett. Chris Samney.
Oh yeah, I love Somni. Well, he's getting ready to do something.
Another creator owned. He just finished Fire Powers.
I liked him on Daredevil though. He was good.
Yeah, he's good. I feel like he would be perfect for like if they did Untold Tales in college or something.
Mm-hmm. Here's Garbett. He did a variant cover for Ultimate.
Oh yeah, that looks sexy. Marco Cicchetto if he's not doing Ultimate.
Oh, Tom Riley. Tom Riley would be good.
Oh, yeah. Josh Cassara would be a good because he's been doing X-Men for a while. He'd do a good horror ASM.
Yeah.
I like. Sorry,
I like Juan Friera. I mean, I'm down for more.
Oh yeah,
Juan.
Yeah, he's really good.
I would like to see him do non-horror stuff. That would be kind of interesting.
So Flicker asks about like
Why do we have bacon sodomus?
Oh shit!
Thanks, Elon. Adam is so done right now. He's like, I'm so through with this. This is just, I'm done. He is so. By the way, so before we do the reviews, we gotta talk. You two met.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
It was fun. He met my dad.
Yeah.
Which is probably not something you want to hear someone say. Oh yeah, I met his dad. But it was for Father's Day.
I mean, Javi met my dad, so it's not a big deal.
No, that's true.
So tell people what happened.
So my dad
I'll try to find the photo and get it up.
My dad invited me to San Diego to spend Father's Day with him because he was on a working vacation there anyways. So I said sure. And then I texted Adam. What was it, Adam? 6:30 or something? It's like, hey Adam, what stuff is there to do? And Adam's like, well, why don't you just come see me? It's not exactly what happened, but that's sort of the short and sweet of it.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
And
so there is photographic evidence. I am trying to find the photographic evidence.
Stacy Lee, is that the person who drew Silk for the first volume? It is, I think.
Also, I met friend of the show Sarah.
You did
yesterday, so that was fun.
You showed her Whataburger. You did.
I introduced her.
You did the Lord's work.
I introduced her to Whata, and I also recommended Buc-ee's. She spent 40 minutes in there. I laughed.
To be fair, that is true.
Like, if you've never been to a Buc-ee's, it's the sensory overload of like.
I gotta be honest though, their pork their chopped brisket sandwiches kind of went downhill in quality.
Yeah, but the pulled pork is still peak.
That's true. Yeah,
I
can't have like do the beaver nuggets have chicken in, or not chicken? Nuts in them? Do the beaver nuggets have nuts in them?
I don't know. I need to look at the ingredients. It's on the bag.
Oh, Aviral says George Combades or Combade.
Yeah.
Or how do you pronounce that?
He's really good too.
He's doing that radioactive Spider-Man comic.
Their spicy ketchup is the best.
Yes.
Sarah, who does not like ketchup, liked the spicy ketchup.
And also Knock. So
okay. So yeah, you guys met. Y'all meet at a bar or something?
A pub.
Yeah.
What was it called? O'Brien's?
Yes, O'Brien's. Shout out O'Brien's. Just won. They won like best bar restaurant something in USA Today. It was like a worldwide thing.
Nice.
So, and it's their 30th anniversary. So I was like, this will be, because Neil wanted to get lunch, and I suggested a brunch spot, but then I was like, you know what? If they already have breakfast,
it's not going to be brunch time. It's going to be it's going to be lunch.
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So
yeah,
it wasn't there.
And I was like, well, O'Brien's is pretty chill and low key, casual. So,
and I just got an awful walk with my dad in Balboa Park, so we were kind of hungry, so it all kind of lined up.
There you go. So, what did you order?
The meeting of Titans.
Yes, the Titans of meeting.
I got a burger.
You got a burger? What'd your dad get?
You got a burger.
Oh, both burgers. Adam, was there a trio of burgers?
Chicken sandwich
with an egg on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and bacon actually.
Interesting. Well, okay, so we're gonna move on.
Yeah, there we go. Just before we move on, just suggested Joe Quinones. He does cite Dial H, which was a really great book.
Joe Quinones.
Yeah, Zach's internet. Zach, your internet's been wonderful tonight. What do you think of that?
Because it's because I went and got the T-Mobile cup.
He got the effigy cup.
So I'm still waiting on YouTube to pay me so I can upgrade my internet. So I mean,
because you basically, I mean, they talk shit about it on the commercials that T-Mobile basically the internet is essentially mobile internet, right?
yes.
Is that what you have?
Young
Yes, it's literally using their 5GE network
Yeah.
as, and for like streaming and stuff like that, like stuff that's non-intensive like this, it's fine.
Right.
I got no issues. If
Yeah.
I'm doing stuff for the website, no issues. Although sometimes it won't let me upload stuff. But yeah, for like streaming and stuff like that, it's fine. It's this stuff that makes it into a choke point. So they're laying fiber, or not here. I dealt with guys laying fiber. I guess they're AT&T guys. We were getting a little irritated. Okay, yes, Walter, I know you're. Full disclosure, Walter's a cable man. He's the cable guy, like Jim Carrey.
So let's move on to the thing that no one wants to talk about, but we kind of have to because it's the point of this show. The next writer of ASM, 5 beavers in a trench coat. You know what? Big Bird. I think Big Bird should write ASM. Bird, comma big.
Every time you open, it's like one of those cards you open up at the for like various things, and it's got the freaking Sesame Street song.
That's actually a really good Elmo. I don't like that. That's terrifying.
I could do Elmo really good. Elmo is my favorite. Elmo loves you.
Okay. Anyways, let's Zach, you want me to take a recap of you want me to do the ASM recaps?
ASM recaps starting right now. Dad, I'm in the middle of something.
Dad, go away. Mom, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
All right. Start the recap.
All right. Amazing Spider-Man 51, written by Zeb Wells, art by Ed McGuinness and Todd Knock, inks by Mark Farmer, Todd Knock, Cliff Rathburn, and Wade Vaughn Rawbadger. You know, when you have four inkers, it's going to be a hell of a time. And colors by Marcio Menyes, Aaron Garciniega, and Brian Valenza. So the book begins with Ben having a dream and about being brought the spear, and Ben goes, "Ah! Oh man, I'm wet, and my bed's all wet." And after the credits page, it cuts to the Sinister Six hanging out in a subway tunnel. Zach, where are they? Are they in a subway tunnel? Or Zach, you're muted.
Sorry, I was answering the phone of my dad.
Oh my god, Radiac! I know that video you're talking about, and that's like really specific.
Bro. Radiac. That got dark again. Stop with the darkness.
I don't know if he's referring to like that specific alt history hub video, but if he is, deep cut, man. Anyways, the Sinister Six are hanging out in their Subway Surfers tunnel, and they get a call from Norman, and Norman says, "Hey, you're gonna die. Bye." And in comes the most edgy, money laundering designed character you've ever seen, the Spider Goblin. And he starts beating the shit out of Otto. And I guess he moves on to the rest of the Sinister Six. Meanwhile, Norman and his assistant are looking at the giant brain that was in the bottom of their lab. And all of a sudden, Zeb Wells decides he wants to write Kamala Khan again. So he has her in college, so he has written her back into the book. And she goes, "Oh, that wasn't Mr. Osborn. That was something else." And then the rest of the book is kind of just the Sinister Six trying to use their various tricks to stop Spider-Man. And they all get the shit kicked out of them. And then Kraven tries to stab Peter with the spear to get the sins in, but it's because of the Winkler machine, I think, so it doesn't work. And the book ends with Chasm coming in at the last minute to save Kraven and stop the Spider Goblin. The book really ends with the Walking Brain and Dr. Connors and his assistant to go recruit the Dr. Octopus classic arm harness to be continued. And since Zach hasn't come back yet, and so we can't talk about the book itself, we're going to move on to issue 2. Again, written by the same writer, same pencilers, Mark Farmer, Wade Von Graubadger, and Todd Knock as inkers, and Marcio Menez and Eric Arciniega as colorists. So the book is basically like an extended fight scene between Ben and Peter as the Spider Goblin, while Norman is on the phone with his lawyers doing the Kingpin from the 90s show plot of giving Peter all of his assets. Kamal's in the lobby trying to get Norman to talk to her, and basically uses as a confirmation that the Green Goblin's back. Sure. Kamala as the fight scene between Peter and Ben continues, Kamala returns to the New Jersey warehouse where she got dragged into Spider-Man's orbit, and rendezvous with Jonah, Doc Connors. Why is this lab tech here? Does Wells think it's like funny to just have this guy here? I don't know.
Maybe.
It's his pet character. He gets a nickel every time he shows up.
He gets into the MCU.
He's really a pet character. He's like been in one issue. He's been like 2 or 3 issues.
In the background. He's been in the background.
It tickles him. He thinks he's funny, and yeah, that's why. Because he gets a nickel.
Right. Yeah. So, Kamala basically says, "Hey, Walking Brain, you and Spider-Man did a bunch of contingency plans off panel because he knew this would happen. Green Goblin back." Oh no, the Walking Brain tells you that. I don't care. Anyways, hey Zach, how edgy can I get with just the Baja Blasts?
Not too edgy, but some edgy.
Okay. So anyways,
that makes no damn sense, but go on.
What doesn't?
Just some edgy, but not edgy. Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
Don't go full Millar. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, Kamala
don't Millar up my comics.
So the Walking Brain exposits that he and Spider-Man did a bunch of off-panel exposition contingency plan bullshit that gives Batman prep time a blush on the cheek, and they reveal that that they can improvise, and they found us another Spider-Man, and who should come through the ceiling but everyone's favorite Battletoad, Wreck Rapists Unite. The book cuts back to Ben finally having had enough of Spider Goblin, and fills him with his Baja Blast to cleanse him of his Winkler device programming. Oh no! I had a way worse comparison.
I know. Yeah.
Zach knows where I'm going with this. He's seen everything. Yeah, Marcy says a friendly reminder that Kane exists and isn't doing anything. So anyways,
he's fighting Freak in that future miniseries that hasn't come out yet.
So anyways, apparently the Baja Blast psychoreactive goo is able to not only fix Peter's brain damage, but is also able to change his clothes back to being the regular Spider-Man outfit.
I mean, it changed Ben's suit.
Oh, that's true. Peter takes the Sin Spear and runs away, knowing that the programming is trying to fight him, and he's gonna take the Sin Spear and put it right through Norman Osborn's heart. To be continued. All right. I wish I'd gotten to be edgier, but I don't want to. I don't want to make Neil. Okay. That was tame.
No, that was tame. He could have went a lot worse. Trust me. I know
I had something lined up. If he's what's Janine's Mountain Dew flavor? Code Red.
Don't they have an orange one though?
I would say she's a pumpkin spice latte.
Oh. They have an orange.
Yeah, I was gonna say they finally let Ben use his second name.
Oh,
or the mispronunciation of his code name.
No.
Oh. Chasm instead of Chasm.
No, the other one.
Jism.
Yeah.
So I know, my bad. So Janine's Mountain Dew flavor would be Mountain Dew Livewire
Okay.
because it's orange. Since she's Hallows Eve.
All
You're
right,
welcome, America.
So let's go around the horn on grades, and then we'll kind of open it up to a round table for discussion.
All right,
Zach, what's your grade?
Hang on, I'm getting my banners up. I'm gonna give B+ on the first one and A- on the second one. That's what I'm gonna do.
Damn. Okay, I'm probably not going to grade as high as that, but all right.
You know what's your grade?
I'm going to give them both B-.
Better than your grades lately. So good job.
All right.
Good job, Marvel Editorial. And finally, Adam.
I'd probably say they both fluctuate in the B+, A- range too.
Can I just say that for the walking brain to go like, oh, I've got enough synapses left to find us another Spider-Man. He goes to fucking Rec Rap. He must not have that many synapses left.
Well, yeah, and then they'll
honestly, it feels like he's being set up to be like the sacrificial lamb.
What, Rec Rap or
Yeah.
the walking brain? Oh, okay.
That Rec Rap's gonna die at the end of this.
Oh no.
They should do a 121 cover homage.
Oh no.
He's going to die, and it's got
Osborn, you've killed my one and only love, Rec Rap. Tonight you die.
Yeah, you know what? So we can run the gamut on the flavors. So Ben Reilly is Baja Blast, Kane is Code Red, and Janine is Livewire.
Why are there so many different types of cancer to drink?
Mountain Dew does not cause cancer.
It looks like it will. It's going to give you.
Listen, it is the elixir of life. Okay.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper. There's like 90-year-old ladies that drink nothing but Dr. Pepper all day long, and they're petrified.
Yeah, okay.
Those 23 flavors.
Right. I found a Spider-Man. Meanwhile, there's Miles, Bailey, and Kane just lying in the middle of Manhattan.
Of all the Spider-Mans that could have walked into the door.
I had to pick the fucking
Let's be real. The only reason, because I'm pretty sure... No, that wasn't even McGinnis that did that. That was
Knock.
That was Knock.
Yeah.
So, do you think McGinnis was like, "Hey Zeb, can we bring back Rec Rap one last time?" And Wells just looks up from his from his table,
being chained to his desk.
He's like, "Sure, Ed." And then a week later, he's like, "Hey man, so I can't draw the Rec Rap pages." Todd and Zeb's just like, "Fuck it, fine." Todd, can you do it? And then Todd goes, "Who the hell is Rec Rap?"
Can you give me some photo referencing?
It's just a wang, 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 wang.
Ed has a file that just says Rec Rap, and he just dumps it into the drive and
it's like a 1 terabyte drive folder that just says Rec Rap on it.
It's all super high resolution pages.
Like 4K image renders of Rec Rap. And none of them are like OC fan art. It's just like all of his.
All of like the type, like he's all his doodles plus like the actual line work and then the inks and then like his doodles on the side. He's like,
and Todd just looks at it, and then Todd just looks at his computer like he's just like
Todd has questions.
This is the end. Next arc needs to be called the Rec Rapture. Holy shit.
Oh no. Oh man. Okay. Tevia. The reason that they keep bringing him back is that there are people that A, think it's goofy and weird, and B, the writer likes him and he makes money off of him every time. That's why he's back in the book.
He gets cut like a bonus check every time this character appears.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but like every.
And guess what? He's probably going to be the next freaking Build-A-Figure in Marvel Legends. Whenever they do
I would buy Zach, can you buy the entire wave and just send me the Rec Rap Build-A-Figure so I can have Rec Rap on my little shelf over here? Oh, I made a shelf, by the way.
As he moves, you know what you should do, Neil? You should put your poster that's on the other wall that no one ever can see and put it on that wall.
But I don't want it there. I want it over on my next to my futon or my love seat.
Yeah, but no one can ever see that though. At that angle, people could see it and appreciate that.
That's true.
I'm just saying, you could have a big, beautiful wall behind.
We'll look at we'll talk about it when the Rec Rapture comes.
Yes. What a bitch. All right. So, like I say, why did I like this so much? Because
I'm gonna ask that. Yeah,
it's a good question.
Even though I don't like the intent of the actions based on the dialogue, Ben's kind of the hero here. Like, without Ben,
Sure.
Peter's not reset to factory defaults.
Mm-hmm.
It almost makes the BS worth it in that regard. I say almost. And so in that scope and scheme of things, I'm like, okay, I get it. It's making sense from a meta arc standpoint. If everything's been building to this on the Green Goblin side, and then everything else has been building to Tombstone after this arc's over, then if we're reaching the final thematic climax of this run, then okay, I don't love it, because again, I think the justification for Lowe's making Ben a heel is thrown out the window, because we've introduced now Bailey and Rec Rap in the last 2.5 years.
Oh, and the one from the Infinity comic.
Yeah, but that's like,
but that only people with Marvel Unlimited
comic is just, and it's fluff written by a comedian. Like,
but you know what I mean, though, is they're saying like, oh, there's no room for Ben Reilly in the mythos, and then they introduce her along with Rec Rap and Bailey, and they bring back Spock and.
But the secret is that, Bailey, no one's gonna do that after Slot. No one's gonna do Rec Rap after this. So it's like, all right.
Well, no, Eskiner, she has a name now. She's called Webhead. Want to die?
Copyright purposes. That's why they named her that.
So, okay, Tevya, I know that you're saying it because you're mad about Paul and Rec Rap, but I think it would be awesome if we had, like, that one TOS episode of Star Trek's Time of Mock, where they have the I think we should have Paul and Rec Rap in
you want a fight to the unaliving of both characters.
Yeah, okay, specifically with the Lirpas and the Time of Mock music. It has to be doing that.
Yeah. So the other things I like about this book, artwork is freaking great. McGinnis and Nock work really well together, almost scarily well together. There is very little in terms of the transition between the two artists. They have a very similar style.
Most of the cues are colorists.
Yeah, the color. I can tell. I feel like I can tell McGinnis from Nock, though.
Holy shit!
Oh, no.
Do not put that on screen. Do not put that on screen. Holy crap. Although I am laughing harder at Neil than I am. Okay, hang on. We gotta blow him up. He's gone. Oh my god. Oh. Damn it, Vinkman. You just derailed the whole show. Adam is look at Adam's face right now. Adam's face is like, why are we doing this?
How could you do this to me?
Adam's like, I'm out of here. Nope.
You get that one Oni plays skit with Madeline. It's like
my sides hurt. I was laughing so hard.
Havoc, wake up! Red Crab hit the Pentagon! Red Crab hit the fucking Pentagon!
What a friend we have in Jesus. Oh man. I am so sorry to anybody that lives in Washington, D.C. that may be listening to this show.
My work is done. I'm gonna do the fucking Spock from The Simpsons bit.
Oh.
My work here is done. What do you mean your work here is done? You didn't do anything. Didn't I?
Didn't I? All right. So, God, we may have to make that into a short for posterity's sake. Anyway, back to my comments about the artwork that before they were derailed.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
No. I blame Vinkman on that. But you started it, so I blame you too. The artwork is phenomenal. I think the artwork, the coloring, everything about that is top tier. They brought, look, in terms of like plot, not the greatest, maybe.
It's simple.
It's a simple plot.
I mean, I think it's fun. It feels like stuff's happening. I think
it finally feels like we're getting forward momentum.
Yes,
it finally feels like we're no longer treading water and we're finally telling the story we wanted to tell.
Nightcrawler Spidey, he retired.
But
Beskrin was asking where Nightcrawler is as Spider-Man. He went back to the Mutant Orgy Island and saw it get blown up.
Damn.
Time to go star in Uncanny X-Men.
For more, see Books of X.
In like 3 years. In like 3 years, we'll get to that.
You guys gotta hurry up.
Nah, we got plenty of stuff to cover. So, I just think do these two issues read briskly? Yes.
Very much so.
But I'm having a good time.
Sure.
And if I'm having a good time, I'm in for that. You know, I was having a conversation yesterday, talking about an old place I used to hang out at a lot that might have a bit of a reputation about being negative.
I was going to say local gentlemen's club, but that also works too.
I got questions that will be asked after the episode.
No, I did not, Walter.
Walter, was that an intentional $5, or were you going to put 500 in today?
Don't tempt them. Holy shit!
But that being said, because for audio listeners, Walter with a $5 super chat says Neil has agreed to cosplay as the reverse nuke. He paints the American flag on the back of his head after shaving it bald. What is with you in wanting everybody on the show to be bald, Walter? Answer that for me at the end of the episode. So yeah, I think I agree with what you said, Adam. It just feels like, okay, we're starting to actually put everything to bed, and it makes the most sense. And I'm down for that. Because even like the inclusion of Jonah, even though he's like a background character here,
sure,
with the Out of Arc arms, I'm like, okay, we're getting resolutions to everything.
Yeah.
And now it's not, hey, we've got 24 issues. We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. That's where I'm at.
Also, I did like Mysterio using like the classic Avengers designs. Like he's got
Yeah.
Wolverine. He's got Wolverine in the tan and brown.
Yeah.
And Carol in her classic Miss Marvel costume. All the other Avengers in like their classic garb.
Yeah. Adam, why did you give it the grade you gave it?
Well, because the art is fantastic, and that's probably the main reason. But I do think, I don't know, I think it's a fun couple issues. I like the momentum of everything. It feels like stuff is actually happening. Yeah, I don't know. It's enjoyable. It is cool having Ben have his time to shine and be a pseudo hero, I guess, in his Chasm iteration.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just they're kind of quick reads, but I just had fun reading them. What I didn't really like was I didn't really like some of the stuff that Wells is kind of it's stuff that he's revealing in the issue that wasn't really set up at all, and he's like like with the living brain, walking brain, like all this stuff, like, oh, there were all these contingency plans for this, and this time, like, I liked it in 50 with like, oh, Peter didn't trust Norman and he had like a backup plan for that, but like with this living brain, walking brain thing, it's kind of like, it almost seems like it's a little too much. The stuff that we're like that he's telling us about and that we could maybe like infer about, but it's just, I don't know, it's too much with that. And I also it bugged me when the walking brain is talking about how he's devoted all of his computing power to basically this task. And he's like, well, I don't really remember. I remember this, but I don't remember cheese. And it's like, Wells, you just fucking, you killed like an interesting thing with a dumb joke.
He's an MCU writer.
Yeah.
Well,
he is.
Technically, yes, he is. But yeah, I don't know. I had fun with them, and I mean, the art really helps. It's just really, I mean, Knock is really good, but McGinnis is just firing on all like on more like 100 cylinders. He's like on a rocket to the moon. I don't know.
So Marcy brings
great to look at.
Sorry. Marcy brings up a good point that these issues are kind of just dumb fun. And I made a tweet about this a while back that I think that acknowledging that the big two are more or less just like choosing between a greasy burger and pizza, like the equivalent of comic book junk food, is I think an important watershed moment for any comic book fan. The difference is whether or not it's good junk food or bad junk food.
Well, all junk food is inherently bad because it's junk food, but it brings you a creature comfort that maybe not exists. So, Tevia, did you even read the issues?
Hi, doggy.
Waylon, sorry. He's scratching his side. So,
or a better way to put it for the junk food argument is whether it's good junk food or just slop.
My man. Congratulations, buddy. Let's fucking go.
For those listening on audio, Walter's cancer is stabilizing. He's on the path to being cancer free. Let's fucking go, man. Yeah.
Right. In fact, that deserves a round of applause. That's for you, Walter. So,
yeah.
Did that play?
I don't know. I did not.
Damn it!
No, I heard it. It's just very quiet.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
There we go. There's the round of applause. So, all right. We'll take any last super chats. So if you want to leave us a super chat, we will read it on the air. Yeah. Congratulations, people giving the well wishes to Walt. Super glad for you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat earlier.
I wanted to point out that I do like that McGinnis has carried over the chasm bit where he can make like the web hammer from Shattered Dimensions with his Baja Blast.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was a cool thing that no one ever followed up on because Ben wasn't used until now. Because he got put in Krakoa jail or hell. He got put in hell jail and then
he got broken out in a random ass freaking issue of Hallows Eve.
And then went back in.
And then went back in and then Web of Spider-Man. So yeah. I need to go back and look at Web of Spider-Man, see what all has not been actually like referenced at this point. Yeah. Maybe that will give us a clue as to who's writing Amazing Spider-Man. So anyway, any more thoughts, guys? Since we're not getting any super chats right now,
I'm good.
Adam,
final thoughts? Mid.
Not really.
All right. Well,
I don't know. Just that it's. I don't know. I think the two books are fun.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I would recommend them. But hey, we're on borrowed time, man. We're on borrowed time. So
it'll be interesting to see how this ends and if we do get like a wreck wrap sacrifice or something.
Don't worry, Webwanger. This was my choice. Jumps into the fucking furnace from Terminator 2.
Hasta la vista, baby. Or baby, hasta la vista.
Don't cry, Parker Pete, man.
Yeah, oh.
Cry not.
That might make me cry, honestly.
It's peak. Any thoughts on where the story can go after Wells's run? Up.
I can't imagine. I can't really imagine anything continuing from this specifically, because except for I guess whatever happens with Tombstone. Maybe.
All I know is that we're at the light at the end of the tunnel. Kind of like being at the light at the end.
And friend of the show, Venkman's categorized that as the light at the end of the tunnel is just another incoming train.
Jesus Christ, Neil.
I mean, maybe.
Okay, Venkman's the one who said it, not me. Marcy asks, how will they resolve Paul and MJ? 3 skulls and Paul explodes. Yeah, and the goo that messed with Ben's mind is the same that somehow fixed Peter's.
Not fully.
Yeah, I think there's going to be more to that. Stay tuned for next issue.
I did want to point out that it's only a temporary fix because Peter says that he can still feel the programming trying to take over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't care. It's just kind of stupid that the psychoreactive goo is now like an active plot point again.
Yeah. And for the record, everybody, there's 2 more issues to this.
Yeah.
So this is not going to end until the end of July, and then.
Well, Well, no, Eskerner, it's not a good thing they canonized Morbin Time, because now it's a dead meme. Every time the company, every time a corporation tries to make a meme into a thing, it dies.
Yeah. So the final arc, kind of really seems like it's starting. They said it's starting in September, but August's issues are the two, like
the prologue.
The prelude for it. So
because we got 950, I think, at the end of August.
Yes, and
that's double sized again.
Oversized Legacy number 950. The newest. They misspelled new. Oh, they can't even spell things right in solicitations, guys.
We've already answered Tombstone. Paul MJ 3 skulls. Bam. Tombstone just dies. I guess I don't know. Maybe he goes to jail.
No, Tombstone will. I don't know.
I don't care.
He'll beat Tombstone somehow.
So, like I say, next month we'll be wrapping up this story arc with the Goblin Who Laughs, or Gobbo Who Laughs, the easy being green, Sinister Sick. So, solicitation says, secret reveal, meet Spider Goblin following the shocking events of issue 50. Peter Parker is a changed man.
Since we're talking about not easy being green, I have a little surprise.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Is he going to pull out Kermit? I am terrified. Oh, audio listeners. He is pulling out a guitar case and breaking out an acoustic guitar. I'm somewhat terrified. Didn't know that Neo could play guitar. He's not even holding it right.
He's not.
He's holding it upside down.
Oh, thank you. So I don't know how to play guitar at all, but it's not that easy being green.
Is that how we're gonna go the show?
It's having to spend each day the color of the leaves. When you could be a nice color like Rec Rap or Baja Blast.
Or Baja Blast. Baja Blast will be his favorite. What? Super the favorite.
Well, Miss Piggy, I think we should have killed him when we had the chance. You know, I think.
Boy.
All right.
That was Elmo-esque Mickey Mouse.
That
We're crossing the streams. Oh boy!
This is gonna be the channel's new outro. I'll have to clip chimp it and then ship it.
Oh God! All right. So speaking of outros, let's get going with ours. We got to thank our friends over at patreon.com/Spideydude Network. Friends up like you see up on the screen, like Allison, Cindy, Ed, Georgia, Greg, Janelle, Jessica, Jurgen, Joyce, Catherine, Kale, Laura Howard, Lump Moose, Master Dramification, and RJ, Vanessa, and Vicky. Thank you guys for your support. We've also got Sarah, Tara, and Walter as spectacular patrons, and our VIPs, Scott McGraw and Vinkman. Thank you guys for your support. If you go over to Patreon, you can go listen to Books of X, which is a Krakoan X-Men podcast that's available around the first of each and every month when we get the recordings in. So if you've not already checked that out, go find it over on patreon.com/Spidey Network. We got new episodes of Voices from the Eerie, a Gargoyles podcast that are available right now. And if you are a fan of this show, fan of Greg Weisman, they're going to be doing the 30th anniversary celebration at Convergence up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the weekend of July 4th. So this will be the last time. Oh, no, this won't be the last time we're on the show. We'll have a show next week, but yeah. So if you've already made your plans, go see the guys. They're going to be doing a episode live, and we'll have it streamed here on the YouTube channel as well. A new episode of Amazing Spider-Man Classics is available right now on your favorite podcasting catcher, as well as new episodes of the Sabi Sim Era podcast. Pretty soon we'll get the final, most recent episode audio edition on Make My Mayday done. And if you haven't already, go check out the Clone Saga Chronicles, the show that started all of this entire network, as well as Spectacular Radio. So if you have not already followed us on our social medias, find us on the social medias at Spideydude Radio on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, at Spideydude Network. You can find us on YouTube. If you're listening to the audio edition, thank you. Leave us that 5-star review on your favorite podcasting app, and find us over on YouTube to see the visuals of each and every episode at Spideydude Radio Network on YouTube. And then, if you want your voice to be heard, you can always leave us a voicemail, 818-925-6631. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you want to leave an email, SpideyDudeRadioNetwork@gmail.com. And we will read any and all feedback on future episodes. Looking forward to the next episode where we're going to be covering the Ultimate Spider-Man issue that also came out today, issue number 6. So if you want to check us out, we'll see you guys next Wednesday here live on YouTube and very soon on the audio edition. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time here on The Spidey Dude